sound.
Clear, spilling tea, no fear, no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. I don't, lives right here. Spilling tea, no fear. I'm still here. Da 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 da. Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. They talk loud, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk, lives right here. Yeah. Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. Lakeysha, say it clear. Real talk, lives right here. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe to Lakeysha Keysha, my dear. Hey. I'm still here, no fear, but I'm still here. Lakeysha Keysha, say it clear. Real talk, lives right here.
Stretch words like
Spilling tea, no sugar, no fear. Make sure you subscribe to the Lakeysha Keysha channel.
What's up, y'all? Y'all had a long ass day. When I tell you I sat in traffic for a good 3 hours, I should have just stayed in the house because I feel like I didn't get nothing accomplished. Okay. I started off trying to get my nails done, and I don't know if I told y'all the story, but I stopped wearing nails. I hadn't worn nails for years, and I had ran into this lady, and when I tell you she did your nails, like, I mean, I had never saw nails this pretty. So I had started going to her. But then I realized that, I was traveling 3 hours, like an hour and a half, and then an hour and a half back. So I was like, okay, I can't go to her no more. Like, I'm literally wasting too much time. So I had ran into this other lady. And when I tell you, both of them was really good. But the last lady, I didn't think that. I thought when you got your nails done, they just paint them. This lady was a Picasso. When I tell you, when she painted your nails, they just shine. So I was like, I got to have her do my nails. But I ended up running into her by default because the other lady who I ended up switching to, she had went up, to her country and was gone for a long time. Guess what happened today when I went to try to get my damn nails done, which was so crazy because when I saw her 2 weeks ago, she was like, will you give me a review? And I was like, sure. Like, what you want me to do? And so she was like, go to this website. And some was like, this hoe is trying to leave. Like, she leaving. And I wish she would have just said something. But I probably wouldn't have went out, wherever she's at. Because I'm sure she's somewhere far and I'm not going to be driving no hour. But I go today and they was like, well, she not here. She quit. And I was like, well, I guess I'll be cutting these jokers off because I just hate to try new people. And I hate for people to mess my stuff up. Like, if y'all want to see a person act crazy, that's me. When somebody messed my stuff up, like, don't mess my hair, my nails up. Y'all will see my whole face. Just, I don't like that. So I told him, I was like, no, I'm just not. I'll just, soak them off. So the lady that, was giving me a pedicure, because I go to the same people, she was like, try him. So I tried this guy. He was okay. But up on checkout, right, I get the same stuff every time. Like, sometime I have her give me some designs, but obviously she wasn't there. So I just got my regular, service or whatever. So I'm leaving, y'all. It's normally $120, it's $120. And usually I'll give both of the, the pedicure lady and then the lady that do my nails. Sometimes I give her $20. And then the person that do my feet, $10, because I feel like I should give them a tip. How the hell I'm a tip if you say the price $160? I said 160. Now I was like, I know that I hadn't been paying no 160. I'm like 160. Usually by the time I tip, it'd probably be 160. So I was like 160. I said, so did you change the price? And the guy was like, no. And in my mind, I was like, he lying. I know I did not pay 160. I would have remembered that. So listen, so I paid my 160. He was like, are you tipping? I said, hell no. I said, how can I tip when you paying 160? Listen, I'm just not going to give my money away just because y'all asking. Why is it 160? I said, I could have sworn it was either 120 or 130 last time. He was like, no, it's the same price. I'm like, he is lying. I logged right into that damn bank. Guess what I paid last time? I paid 130, and then by the time I gave them a tip, it was almost like 160. I called his ass back. I was like, you know what? First of all, he just bought that salon, and when I tell you they raised the prices, they just raised the prices, because normally with the other lady that was there, my checkout price be like 111 or 112 or something like that. So it's just steady went up. So I called him back. I said, you know what? I said, you are a scammer. I said, and that is why my left, the lady that used to do my nails. I said, because you are scamming people. I said, first of all, you just got here. I said, and you raising the prices. I said, and furthermore, I was just there 2 weeks ago. And I said, and you are charging me $30 extra from what I paid, last week. I said, don't worry about it, because I won't be back. I said, you are a scammer. And I said, I won't be coming back. I said, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. And then you're going to sit in my face and lie and tell me, oh, this is what you paid last time. But y'all know what I'm gonna do? I'm doing my own nails, because this shit right here that he did, I can do this myself. Like, she did such a better job. I mean, he didn't do a horrible job, but I'm telling you, when she do my nails, it be something different. So when it's time for me to get a feel, I will be soaking these off, because first of all, if y'all think that I'm finna get y'all ass $160 every 2 weeks, you got another thing coming, okay? You got another thing coming. So what I be doing is soaking these off, and I will be doing my own nails. Y'all, they got these press-ons where whatever, I can just do them, because I'm not gonna pay you $80 for this, for real. Like, when she did it, it was so, I'm telling you, it looked so much different. So I won't be paying that. I don't like wasting my money. The only thing I will be getting is a pedicure. And another thing I'm gonna do with my pedicure, I'm not getting that shellac shit no more either, because all they do is try to stack shit on type of shit. You get your pedicure. Oh, it's $30 for the polish. I can buy the damn polish for $30. So I'm going to go buy that little thing. Y'all know that little thing that you put your nails under? I'll go buy my own thing. And if I want shellac, I'll get my own colors. So what I'm going to do is I'll go and get go get my pedicure, and I'm painting my own toes. Y'all is not going to continue to rip me off for little services like this. Like, my toes look basic. It's just basic feet. You get a pedicure and you paint them. Why am I paying y'all $80 for that? So I'm going to get a basic pedicure. Well, I may get a different kind of pedicure, but do y'all know they charge like an extra $20 for the polish? Like, you literally can buy the polish. Okay, I'm not doing it. So y'all are not going to keep ripping me off for services that I really don't like. Right, I got a pedicure today, regular polish, no gel. Yeah, save $20. Exactly. And then here's the deal. If you're going to pay them $20, you might as well go buy the polish. You might as well go buy the little heater and do your own. I'm done with it. I'm like, listen, I'm going to pay for my pedicures. I'm getting basic polish. And then if I want to get a color, I'll just buy it. I'm not going to keep paying all of this extra money for. Now, here's the deal. If she was doing my nails, I would pay it, but no, she gone. I don't know where the lady at. I'm just gonna go back to what I was doing before, because I'm like, I'm not gonna be paying this kind of money. I hate wasting money. When I was younger, y'all, I used to waste so much money. So now I just be like, I'm not going to throw away money for something I don't like. Like, my nails are okay, but I could have went to anybody to get this done. Like, they do this everywhere. Like, he didn't do anything different. Like, the way that lady do it is totally different. Like, literally, when she do my nails, it look like Picasso. I'd be like, girl, even when she paint them, like, she never painted all my nails at once. She would paint 2 nails, and then she would tell me to put them under the thing, and then she'll paint 2 more. She was real fancy, but that's okay, because I'm about to save my money. I mean, I don't necessarily need nails. Now, I can get a pedicure, because I need my feet to be smooth, but I don't need to get I don't need this. I can go get some press-ons. It look the same. Like this look like press-ons. Like what? I ain't finna be wasting my money. You said, does the gel nails are more expensive. Right. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get me a lamp. That's what I'm saying. Get you a UV lamp. That's exactly what I'm going to do because I'm not doing it. Now, again, if I liked it, it would be something different, but I don't like it. Like this is basic. And I was irritated. For one, you charged me an extra $30. What if I didn't have $30? Like, what if I just had what it normally costs? And then he gonna try to be like, no, oh no. And he says, well, maybe there's a misunderstanding. I said, what is the misunderstanding? I'm looking at how much I paid last week. I got the same thing. What are you talking about? I get the same thing. When I go, they don't even ask me what I want because I get the same thing. I even get the same thing down to the nail polish. I get this red, which actually this is not the red that I normally get, because a new company or a new person bought the business and they done threw away all of the old polishes. But the polish that I get, she normally keep at her desk because I get the same red. Now, 2 weeks ago, I got a manicure with the, the French, but I get the same stuff. So I don't be, going in there looking at colors. I stick to the same stuff. So, but yeah, y'all. So I wanted to talk about this, Ari Simmons, you said, I love the nail color. But guess what, Ari girl? This is not that color, though. The color that I normally wear, this ain't it. This is something different. That was another thing I didn't like. Like I said, I keep the same color. This is a different color, and I don't like it. Like, this ain't the color that I normally get. She threw, well, not she, but the lady who did my nails, she would keep it at her desk. But then now this new person that they have, he like, oh, we got all new colors. I'm like, y'all doing too much. Like, it's people that's been coming here that may want this, they same color, so they can just go somewhere. Like they can't even give me the color I want. I'm done with them. You say it's crazy that you mentioned this. I just had the same situation 2 days ago, but my nail tech and I got a pedicure and he told me it was 30 and 30 for gel, and I didn't ask for that. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, here's the deal. Everything is costing extra, but I feel like a lot of these places is trying to pass it over to the consumers, but they got me messed up because I'll just go buy my own supplies. I don't mind paying for the service that I like, but don't try to play games with me. Like, you should have been like, oh, this man see me every 2 weeks. He knew what the hell he was doing. No, I will do my own nails. Shit, that stuff adds up. You got to get your hair done, your nails. Listen, if it's $160 to get my nails done, I'm going to cut that in half because all I really need is a pedicure. Y'all is not going to get that other $80. Go play with your mama. I'm not doing it. I ain't doing it. Absolutely not. But y'all, I wanted to jump on here. Girl, they be scamming like a whew. They be scamming. Now, the lady, it was an older, actually, she was an older Chinese lady. I really liked her. This lady was extremely old. And when I tell you she be in there all the time with her husband, she ended up selling the business, but her prices were fair. If you got the highest pedicure and you got your nails done, it's like $120. I go to check out, it say on the thing, full set. I said, a full set of what? I said, I got a fill. Why is a fill almost $100? So how much is the nail? If you get like a full set of nails, is it $200? Yeah, I'm done with these folks. Yeah, I ain't got time to be wasting money. I just can't do that. Shit costs too much. But I wanted to jump on here, y'all, and talk about this Ashlee Janae situation because I don't know what y'all thoughts are about this case, but I don't feel like her family is going to get closure. One of the things that, that I was thinking about, when I was preparing for this video, when you leave the United States, they got their own rules. People love to come to the United States. Not saying that, the United States don't have a little bit of corruption, but generally, we're not as corrupt as these other countries. This woman's body is still over there in another country. They are still talking about, they're still conducting the investigation. Okay, but you should have been conducted whatever you needed as it relates to her body because this woman has to have a funeral. But this is another thing that I'm starting to think. As it relates to a body, even when they put the body on ice and, try to keep the body at a certain temperature to kind of preserve it, as the body gets old, it becomes difficult to do an autopsy. So I started thinking, I said, I feel like her parents, even if they wanted to have one, it's going to be less effective because so many days have passed. So I'm just like, what are these people doing? Like, what? It just seems like a whole scandal or something that's going on, because in the situation where they say, they got to do the autopsy. I mean, you should have done it right now. How many people funerals and stuff is held up because it doesn't take this long, y'all. It just don't. Like, I just really feel like either they don't have this girl body, or something is wrong with her body that they don't want to send it back, or I feel like they're trying to let so many days and stuff go by. So when they try to, if they would try to do another one, it's going to be very difficult, or they can say, it's going to be inconclusive because of the amount of time that she has been gone. This is y'all, this is a mess. And then people were saying that this guy is arrested. He ain't arrested, y'all. That's just not true. He is not arrested. Ari Simmons said, what I can't believe is why they can't get her body back here in the USA. Something don't seem right. The mother needs to go view the body in person. Whew. Yeah, this is a mess. I think she was, and Joe know exactly where she is. Right. It can be a host of things. What if she is, SEX traffic? What if her organs are gone? It is some BS. And I'm telling you, they're saying that country is corrupt, honey. They say they so corrupt over there that they think white people are better than black people. When I saw that, I was like, oh, it's a wrap. They don't got to worry about it. And now as it relates to, the U.S. Embassy, they're not able to do any type of investigation. I believe their job is solely to, assist the parents in whatever way that they can. But then keep in mind, the U.S. Embassy would not have any jurisdiction over that company. Somebody said, I just feel like the parents need to go over there. If the parents do decide to go over there, they need to maybe arrange it to a way that they have some kind of security. Girl, I don't know how, I don't know. This is a mess. The entire continent is like that. Somebody said the entire continent is like that. All that filming, but didn't film the ending of her. Oh, you know what? Also, y'all, here's the deal. I do not believe that she passed away when they said she did. I believe they were figuring out what to do, because think about it. What the hell you contact her parents for 11 hours later? What is that all about? 11 hours later? I think that man did something to her and then tried to figure out how he was going to cover this up. Because think about it. If you, with your fiance, you done, asked her to marry you, why is that the first thing that came to your mind? Like, he didn't suspect no foul play. He just figured that this girl just took her own life. That don't even make any sense. Like, it almost seemed like something ain't right. Something just isn't right. That was the first thing that he thought of. She unalived herself. You said, so do you believe she was hung? I think it's deeper than that. Well, here's the deal. They supposed to have finished the autopsy on Tuesday. Where is the information? Like, how is it that they don't know anything? And again, when you're dealing with a corrupt government, how do you really know what to believe? Exactly. You said, like I said, she was there. It doesn't add up. I mean, it really doesn't add up. Think about it. They were separated. they separated them in another room. And then all of a sudden she ended up gone. You're right. It could have been a situation where she ended up deceased after whatever happened between them. Because if you think about the time frame, they got immediately separated. They put them in separate rooms. She asked for a cord or something to her phone. And then they realized that that don't even make any sense. Because think about this. They said they went to check on her. The lights were off. They got the spare key, went in her room, and they found her. But then I believe prior to that, the fiance was saying he found her. So it's just too many different stories. I believe that he choked her out. That's what I think. And I believe that it happened as a result of whatever, they were fighting about. There were also reports, and y'all probably, saw this or heard this as well. Its reports said that they was fighting the whole time. So it wasn't like, they had just had a fight. The people had said they had been fighting at the first hotel. You said, and also, y'all, I said this from the beginning. I said his eyes don't look right to me. He looked like a little demon. And I also believe that proposal, I think that was so fake. I think that was a setup. I think this whole entire thing was a setup because you took her to a place that you knew that nothing would happen to you. And then they saying that this man is, down there with a whole bunch of other different women. So the whole story is crazy. How long can the cord be if it's for her phone? How could she hang herself with the phone cord? How do you do that anyways? I mean, the whole story sounds crazy. And what black person hangs themselves? Like, who does that? Like, I don't believe any of that. I really don't believe any of that. I think that he did something to her. He knew that, because think about it, y'all. As long as he has people that's going to cover up and lie for him, and if that country is as corrupt as everybody says that it is, and that they're able to be paid off, y'all got to understand, they say that the corruption down there comes from the police. So if the corruption is coming from the police and the police can be paid off, I mean, what's going to happen to him? I feel like he chose that place because he knows that he had ties there. Somebody said, don't forget he has money in a tourist country. Oh, yeah, he has money in a tourist country. Yeah, well, people are poor. And y'all know what? I'm just going to say this, and I hope this don't rub nobody the wrong way. But unfortunately, I don't know. And see, I can only speak on Black people because I ain't white. So I can only speak on Black people because I'm Black. It is just something about money and giving it to some Black people. It's like sometimes they will do anything for money. Like some folks, and it ain't just Black folks, it's other folks too, but I'm Black. I got to talk about the Black people because I'm Black. Some people will do anything for money. And people have been saying that down there, honey, you get them a few dollars, they'll do anything. I don't believe she hung herself either. Yeah, it was a birthday trip. She was proposed to, but what is with all of this stuff that the people are saying that the man was down there and leaving, going to see other women? Yeah, I heard that too. And supposedly he was cool with some man. I heard that. I've heard that too. This is creepy and sad to say. I really, I hope that this is resolved, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be resolved. I think they're going to stick with this story that she hurt herself. That was a trip of a lifetime. So sad this happened to her. Exactly. That definitely was a trip of a lifetime Definitely was a trip of a lifetime. At this point in time, concrete evidence is major in this case. Yeah, I agree, but the issue with the concrete evidence, I mean, you're dealing with a corrupt government. You know what I mean? It's not like, this happened in the States. You're dealing with a government that can be bought off. The proposal was to get her to let her guard down. That man didn't give a damn about her, because if he really cared about her, did y'all hear what the parents said, that he hasn't reached out to them? They haven't heard from him. He had, because I mean, he would have had to have the hotel to call her family, because how would the family get her mother and father's information? After this girl was pronounced deceased, he didn't even call the parent. The hotel did. How crazy is that? That is, whew, I feel so sorry for these parents. Ooh, child, it's a lot. I mean, I hope that, they receive some kind of justice, but it doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it. I believe, y'all, this is another thing I believe. People from, the United States of America, travel down there. And I believe the reason why they are saying that they're conducting this investigation and, people have been arrested, I think that is so people that's coming over there, that's traveling over there, won't not, decide that, hey, I don't want to go over here. I don't believe they're investigating anything. I don't believe they're investigating anything. I believe they're just saying this so that people that's traveling over there can feel comfortable and be like they're investigating it. They're not investigating shit, because if they were investigating it, why don't the parents know? Y'all haven't even told the parents about the autopsy. You said Ashley Janae's mother is with a YT. What's a YT? Sherelle Bailey, you said, why don't the parents go? I mean, I don't know why the parents won't go. I'm sure, maybe they need to get something in place. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. But I do know that the father had been working with, some people he had flown to Washington, D.C. To try to get our government to work with them. So when you say, why aren't they going down there? I'm sure for a lot of reasons, maybe safety, because I mean, the daughter was just unalive. So I have no idea why they're not going, but I believe they may have a little bit more leverage with working with the U.S. Embassy, because what they don't want to do is have the U.S. tell people to stop from going over there. Now, they don't want that to happen. Somebody said, is her organs intact? We don't know, because, they have not sent her body back. Somebody said, but do you think this case sounds similar to Shaquilla Robinson? The only thing that I don't remember everything about the Shaquilla Robinson case, but wasn't that something where she had gotten into a fight with her friends or something, if I'm correct? I thought the Shanquilla Robinson wasn't her, didn't her friends like beat her up or something? Yeah, I believe that. Right. And see, y'all, that's I was reading some of y'all comments. Somebody said, you just don't show up in a country where you don't know anybody and their laws are not like American laws. And that is why I don't go to these other countries. I ain't never been out of the US and haven't ever wanted to, because when y'all go to different countries, the laws are different, very different. And I'm bougie, so I don't want to go to places that ain't like me. Like I have never had a desire to go to any of those places. Never, ever. You said, Sherelle Bailey said, me neither. And I don't plan all this stuff they be having going on. I'd rather stay right here in Atlanta. Yeah, I never had the desire to go to any of those places. Never, ever. Because the laws is different. You said you can travel, just do your research. I mean, I can travel. I just prefer to stay in the States. I just, prefer to stay in the States, to be honest. I'm scared to go to any African region. They have zero respect for women. Girl, and it's a huge femicide that goes on third world countries. You know what? I'm just learning that. I didn't know that until recently. I did not know in these African countries that they did not respect women. I just found out that, and knowing that, I don't want to go either. I don't want to go either. I didn't know that either. So, God be saving you sometime and you don't even, know that you're being saved. I did not know that. You can do your research and it still be some bull crap in the mess. I have been to other countries and I've been to, was it Tunisia, Africa, very different. I don't want to leave this country, especially now. Girl, it's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of stuff going on. I didn't know that, people were saying, and, it's even online that some of these African, and I don't want to be specific because I don't know, but as it relates to this Tanzania, Africa, that they have more respect for white people. And I was like, well, hell no, I might just will never go over there. How you worshiping black people in Africa? What the hell? Africa, I different and would never go there or Dubai. Know where you got to be covered. But did y'all see this? I want to show y'all something. I saw this and this just really had me. What the hell is that? Wait a minute, y'all. Something just popped up on my screen. I'm gonna just pay that no attention. I want to show y'all something. I was look at this. It says in 2026, Black women are being unaligned in their homes, at work, on holiday and on the road, by partners, by boyfriends, by husbands, by strangers. No space has been safe. These are their stories. Ashante Allen, Victoria Alexander, Ashlee Janae, Qualisha Barnes, Raven Edwards, Tiana Stokes, Gladys Johnson, Denisha Heller, Gabrielle Ayers, Amani Dia-Smith, Bianca Huntley, Dr. Serena Fairfax, Nancy Bowen. Let me see if I can see more information. At 8 months pregnant, Ashanti Allen was unalived by Kevin Fox, 24, the father of her unborn child. He had previously been convicted of assaulting Ashanti just months before her unaliving. Her baby never took his first breath. I think this one happened in Georgia. Ashanti Allen. Let me just look. I don't know why that name sounds familiar. Y'all have no idea how I'm just like, you know what? No, that was in Houston. So this happened in Houston. This one, Ashanti Allen, 8 months pregnant, y'all. This is crazy. They thought that I didn't want a man. Oh, I don't think I ever want one. These men is crazy. Victoria Alexander, 38, was unalived by her estranged husband, who pum-pumed her down at her own workplace before turning the pum-pum on himself. She was a licensed practical nurse. She went to work. She never came home. Now, where did this one happen? Victoria Alexander. Let's see. Victoria Alexander. Because I remember that she was at work. I just don't remember what state that was in. This happened. Let's see where this happened at. It says Atlantic City. Where is Atlantic City? So we're just talking, y'all, it is only April. So just so y'all know, these happened in 2026. Like, this is, we're not even halfway there. Raymond Edwards was unalived by her ex-boyfriend in Washington, D.C., a mother of three. She had been battling kidney failure since 2025. She was already fighting to stay alive. He took that fight from her. Did y'all see about the police officer who was dating his coworker? And I guess they decided that they didn't want to go together anymore. And somehow they were called to a scene and he turned around and pew her. Did y'all see that? And said it was an accident. I don't remember the name, but it was, I saw this one on social media where he just turned around and the family is saying that this dude did this on purpose. Y'all, listen, you got to watch for the first sign of mental illness. Yes, she was leaving him. You got to watch for the first sign of mental illness. Let me tell y'all one thing that is a red flag to me with men. When I am ever speaking to a guy and he has any interest in me and he refers to any woman as a bitch, that's a red flag. If he I don't care who the woman is, if he referred to any woman as a bitch, he will be blocked after that conversation. Yeah, if any guy do that, no, I'm done. To me, that's a red flag. Look at this one, y'all. 22 years old and pregnant, Tiana Stokes was unalived in Monroe, Georgia, weeks away from graduating from Kennesaw State University. A man has been charged with her unaliving. She was weeks away from a new chapter, and this happened in Georgia. Oh, y'all, look at this one. Oh, this is from my home city. At 22 years old and 5 months pregnant, Gladys Johnson was unalived by her partner in her own home in Milwaukee, which was set on fire. She was also the mother of a 3-year-old daughter. So this is too much. This is too much. So these guys are crazy. Did y'all see Roland Martin? He did a live or something talking about men's mental health. Did anybody have a chance to see that? Denisha Heller, 30, was unalived by Alta Various Powell, 34, who pum-pumed her execution style in a vacant apartment in Fort Lauderdale before moving her naked body and leaving it near a dumpster covered in cardboard. A mother of 3 daughters, her father said he left her like she was nothing. Gabrielle Ayers, 26, was unalived in a targeted ambush by a known suspect in Chicago, leaving behind a baby daughter. Her daughter will only know her through photographs. Did y'all hear about this, honey? This right here. Lieutenant Governor unalives his wife in the house with the teenage kids. Yeah, we cannot make this stuff up. What's going on here? Look at this. Dr. Serena Fairfax, 49 years old, was unalived by her estranged husband. Now, what I have learned with these two is they were living in the home together, but she had filed for divorce. But they were still living in the house. Her former, well, I shouldn't say former because they were still married. Her husband, Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax, unalived her in the basement of their own home before unaliving himself upstairs. Listen to this, y'all. Their teenage son called 911. A judge had just ordered Justin to move out. She was a dentist, a mother gone. What? Listen, This is too much. This is crazy. This is crazy. And the kid, yes, at home. Like, this is crazy. I don't know if it's better to leave these fools and go get a restraining order, because this is just too much. You ain't got to worry about me doing nothing to nobody, because I'm not going to jail. I'm not, like, this is crazy. There are too many openings in the villa. They need to have a front door and back door unless the guests desire to have these many openings. Hello, hello. Nancy is a Mateer Bowen, 38, was unalived by her husband, Stephen Bowen, who pum-pumed her 3 times in their home in Coral Springs, Florida. Now, this was the vice mayor and first Black Haitian American female commissioner in her city's history, was found with her body wrapped in blankets and garbage bags. She had just buried her brother. She was weeks away from announcing a run in Congress. What is this? I don't even know what to say. Like, this is too much for me to read. You see what I'm saying? Y'all have no idea how I am happy in my life without nobody. I don't got to worry about none of this. There is not a man on the planet that can make me more happier than I am. Okay? That's just what it is. I don't look for nobody. I don't want nobody. I am happy by my damn self. These folks is crazy. These folks are crazy. Who does this? You gonna unalive somebody, which is crazy. Then you unalive yourself, which is even more crazy. Then you do it in the house with your kids. What? We living in some very strange times. That's why I don't tell folks where I live. You know, sometimes women will meet a man and let them know, no, you listen, if I met somebody I liked, you still wouldn't know where I lived. If the way that you would know that where I live is if I decided that I probably wanted to marry you or something. You ain't never gonna know where I live. Like, serious, I'm just being real. These people are crazy, like seriously crazy. Like, it's weird out here. Right. Somebody said, Ebony McKinley, these last cases you spoke of, were this week and last week. Right. Amani Dia-Smith, 26, was a former Broadway child star who played young Nyla in The Lion King. I'm going to have to go watch that. She was stabbed to by her boyfriend, Jordan Jackson Small, 35, in their home in Edison, New Jersey. He was charged with first-degree unaliving. She leaves a 3-year-old son. She had already overcome so much to get where she was. Now, this one, y'all, I remember this one because this was just on the news down here in Georgia. Now, this lady was riding in her car, okay? They found her car on the median, still with the turn signal there. Somebody had done unalived her. Her brother and her other children's father they were on the news. Now, she was 34 years old and she was pregnant. It seemed like whoever this baby daddy is did this. This is weird. At 34 years old, pregnant mother of 2, Bianca Huntley was unalived while driving home from work on I-75 in Atlanta during rush hour. I don't know if anybody in the chat has ever been on I-75 and even during rush hour. Why did nobody call the police? Like, this is crazy. One thing I can tell y'all about Atlanta, though, this is a bad thing. The people don't care. Like, they really don't care. People really don't give a damn. But how are you on the highway and you see somebody getting shot at? You didn't think that maybe you should call the police? Like, that's crazy. Okay, you say I stay in Cobb County. So you know how busy I-75 is during rush hour. It said she tried to get out of her vehicle and dial 911 before she died. Her SUV was found on the median with the turn signal still blinking. Her family says she was targeted. No arrests have been made. Now, this is another one in Atlanta. This is another one in Atlanta. This lady, her name is 𝐃𝐨𝐴, but she goes by like Sadiddy. Sadiddy, I think they called her like Sadiddy. I think she was like a rapper. But yeah, it says 𝐃𝐨𝐴 Barnes, 36, known by her stage name Sadiddy, was pium 4 times in the face. Now, this had to be somebody that she had been in some relationship. Because why would you want to, somebody in their face? Like, this is crazy. 4 times in the face while she was sitting in her Range Rover on a Southeast Atlanta street at 1:30 a.m. Another thing, ladies, growing up, this is what they always told me. And I know I was young. I used to stay out late, but I don't do that shit no more. Ain't nothing open at 1:30 in the morning but legs. Don't be out at 1:30 in the morning. That's just too late. I'm not saying that, she shouldn't have been out. I'm just saying it's just not safe out there. Don't nothing be out there but that late, but weirdo. So I just kind of, so she was unalive, in her Range Rover at 1:30 a.m. She was also 14 weeks pregnant. Her unborn child did not survive. No suspects have been named. She was 2 semesters away from finishing her nursing degree. Her mother believes she was targeted. Why have they not brought these men in? This is crazy. Like all these pregnant women, and they talking about they don't have anybody in custody. How about start with the, whoever the fathers are? They were also saying that whoever this guy was, now I don't know if this part is true, but they were saying that she was allegedly or supposedly maybe involved with a married man. I don't know. And of course, we have Ashlee Janae, 31-year-old who traveled to Zanzibar, Africa to celebrate her 31st birthday with the man she was with. She was found unalive, and they still trying to figure out what happened. But it don't seem like it. It really don't seem like it. I'm just reading your comments. It said, really, you are blaming all men for what some do, but you have kids by one and still here. You know what? I don't got time for ignorant people. I'm a man. You get the fuck out of my bye. Go somewhere and take a bath or something. I didn't blame nobody, you dumb hoe. Fuck out of here. I hate when people come to my chat and say stupid shit. Like, you gotta be real dumb. This is not the community for you. Go away. Go take a bath. Go wash your private parts and stuff. Get the fuck out of here. I didn't blame nobody, you dumb idiot. Get out of here. Stupid idiots. People come in here and say some of the dumbest. Who did I blame? I said the men who got these women pregnant should be investigated. You dummy. Who else did it? The hell are you talking about? Who? Do you have any common sense? Usually, if a pregnant woman is unalive, a lot of times, whoever the father is a suspect. Are you okay? You big dummy. What are you talking about? Y'all say some of the dumbest shit. Get up out of here. All these pregnant women coming up unalive. Like, I mean, who do you think did it? Big, stupid idiot. I'm just trying to read some of y'all comments. Right. And that's why I'm saying, why are they not looking into these men? I mean, the lady who was unalive where I used to live, not only was she unalive, the person burnt up the house and not only unalived her, but her child. Like, how crazy is that? Somebody said you are so funny. I be trying to be nice, but some of these motherfuckers be getting on my nerves. Like, they be saying some of the dumbest shit. Like, I have sons, so obviously I don't men bash because I have sons. Like I would be a complete idiot to men bash, but if the men, if they seem to, to be the suspects, it is what it is. So I mean, I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, oh, the men didn't do it. Who in the hell is unaliving pregnant women? It's the spouses. Come on now, we ain't that dumb. Now, another thing I wanted y'all to hear. I don't know if y'all had the opportunity to hear this, but I had did a video about it and I kind of touched on it because I'm not going to say every man or all men, but when you're on social media, you see comments. And did y'all see some of the comments and what the men was saying about Ashlee Janae? And here's my deal. People were saying she dragged black men. I'm going to be honest because like I said, I'm not, going to drag men, but I'm not going to lie either. From what I saw, she was talking about her experiences. I don't think men understand, and this is not all men. And actually, when I looked at those men comments, it was the funny looking ass men. Do y'all notice how the unattractive men always got something to say? It's always the unattractive men who can't never get nobody. They have the most horrible things to say. Because, I looked at their profile pictures and I was like, okay, I get it. You just mad because you can't get an Ashlee Janae. But some of the things that, the men were saying, and I know it was the ugly, funny looking men, the stuff they were saying was really sad because at the end of the day, black men date white women, they date Mexican women, they date other races of women. And I'm not saying every black man dates outside of their race, but a lot of them do. And I don't feel any way about it. Like I feel like, date whoever you want. But it kind of felt to me that these men were trying to be like, okay, you were talking about, you wanted a white man. Aha, you got what you deserve. And I thought that was just really so sad. And it proved the point. I said, see, that's why she said that she don't want to talk to y'all because look at your response. The response was just so negative and some of the things that they were saying. It was just sad. People can date whomever they want. And I'm gonna be honest, I love my black men, but I'm not gonna waste my life waiting on no man, black, blue, or green. It means this. If I were to meet a man that he wasn't black, I'm not gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna talk to you because you ain't black. No, absolutely not. We must still remember. What? I'm trying to read what you said. Docudramas, like For My Man, we learned that these women get unalived by women too. What's docudramas? I don't know what that means. They were saying a lot of mean stuff. I didn't like that resting preference really. Yeah, they wore that out. They wore the hell out of that resting preference. I'm just like, people, I mean, we're in what 2026. People say you hear black men say they don't date black women. Hey, I ain't mad at you. If that's what you want to do, have at it. Like I don't have a problem with anybody that says that this is who they date. It is your preference. This is how I feel. If you're gonna abuse somebody, if you're gonna be manipulative to them, date the person that you like. I think that's what you should do. Don't be dating people. If you don't like black women, please don't date them. If you don't like black men, please don't date them. You better be race loyal, and the same goes for us too. I don't know what that means. And it doesn't matter who she dated. It was wrong what they done to her, point blank, period. Right. And I just feel like it's more than one person involved in this. Girl, it seemed like it's a whole damn gang. I mean, something is not right. Like, I feel so sorry for this girl's family because I don't know, it seemed like they're not going to get this body. I'm just wondering, is they going to come up with a story and say the body was stole? What is going to be the story next? Girl, Anton with his bad build, I saw that. I couldn't even, I'm so over him. He's so pathetic, Anton is, that I just don't even have anything else to say about him. I saw that thing where he said, he is such an idiot. Isn't that so crazy how he's always taking the side of a white man? Do y'all see how that is? But then he wants to sue 𝐼𝐸 for alluding. He didn't even say it. You see how that works? That's why I told y'all I don't feel sorry for him or his daughter. I meant what I said. I don't feel sorry for him and his daughter. Still don't. You said, I'm sorry, I'm Mexican American and my wife is Black American, and it makes me sick on how FBA men are talking down to this beautiful lady, spreading hate and division. You know what? That's why they don't have anybody. A lot of them like men, and a lot of them are ugly. I've saw some of the comments of those men, and I can understand why they will be bitter because Ashley decided to date who the hell she decided to date. Hey, people can date whoever they want to date. And in all honesty, if I had to pick men that talked about women like that, I would have to do the same thing. I'm never going to deal with some abusive weirdo. I don't care what color you are. I'm not loyal to anybody but myself. No, I don't have a rule to say I only talk to Black men. I don't know who the hell told y'all that. Absolutely not. I talk to whoever I want to talk to. I don't have no loyalty to anybody but myself. As I'm just saying, it's clear as day. Look at the man. Oh, girl, his eyes. Look, Sherelle Bailey, 409. And I'm just saying, it's clear as day. Look at that man's eyes. His eyes tell everything. He look crazy. Girl, that man look like a demon. Exactly. That part. I have adult sons who don't behave like these real grown men. Me too. So, I don't know. We're living in a very different world. These men, a lot of these men like men. That's part of the problem. A lot of these men that we're seeing now today, they're actually undercover. They're very feminine, and a lot of them actually like men. They'll never say it, but it's true. Yes, I would. You know what you said, Ari? I wish that a lot of women would have the gift of discernment when it comes to dealing with toxic men. Let me tell you this. I got it. And I have it because when I left the manipulating a-hole that I left, I prayed and said, don't you ever. So you don't listen. A guy can talk to me for maybe 10 minutes and I'll be able to figure out his whole life. And I'll be like, yep, I'm gonna block you. Yep, you gotta have discernment. You cannot, for men, you can listen to them and let them think you're listening to them, but you can only believe what they do, not what they say. Don't ever believe what they say. Only believe what they do. Another thing I learned with men, don't ever tell them what you're looking for. Just casually, have conversation, but never tell them what you're looking for in a man, because somehow they'll become it and it'll be a lie. Well, the problem is they can't go be with men because this is what I learned. A lot of these men are gay. They like men, but they want to mess with women so that they can hide their boyfriend. Yeah, some of them, and I feel like they should be with who they want to be with. Somebody said, make sure you're in agreement before you get pregnant. If he says no, don't have. Well, here's the deal with that. Good luck with that, because, if you're dealing with a person who, they're not mentally stable, they may be in agreement when you get pregnant, but you may be 6 months and they may no longer be in agreement. So, one of the things I learned, you really have to listen. when you're dealing with men, listen to every single thing he says, because sometimes or most times just listening to them, you can figure out their whole entire life, because they wouldn't dare tell you. I'm not gonna tell y'all who this guy was, but this one guy I dated, right? He told me, when I first met him, he says his mother was a nurse, and it didn't really matter if his mother was a nurse or not. But later, the only nurse his mama had was the nurse that gave her medication because she was a little cuckoo patty. Y'all see what I'm saying? When men tell you stuff, listen. He had done told me his mama was a nurse, and this guy had told me he didn't have no kids. Listen to this. He tells me he didn't have no kids, right? So whenever I would go over his house, it was these 2 kids on the wall. And I was like, well, who is that? Guess who he said the kids was on the wall? He said those was his cousins. So why would I think that this man is lying about his own kids? Isn't that crazy? You see how the men just lie. This man has a picture of his own kids on the wall in his mom's house. So I said, oh, who is that? He said, that's my cousins. But guess what? His mama and his niece sitting right there. They never corrected it. The whole family crazy. Exactly. The whole family was crazy. Somebody said, that's an excuse. Single, lonely women make they all gay. I don't even know what that means. Let me try it again. I have no idea what that means. Yes, honey, they be lying. They be lying, child. I mean, women do too, but since we're talking about men, women most certainly be lying. What y'all saying in the chat? Oh, I know what I wanted to show y'all. I want to show y'all something else, because we had talked about, Deborah said, I agree with the person about discernment. Pray and ask God for discernment so you are able to see and tell what is real and who is for you. Right. But you know what, Deborah? I'm at a place in my life that I have never been. I feel like, and I think this is probably natural, like when my children were young, I did want to be like married, but I just couldn't marry him. Like there was no way, I felt like when I was in a relationship with their father, it's like I was already being a mother. I couldn't be nobody else's mother. So I was like really tired of telling a grown ass man, oh, make sure you do this. I was like, you got to go. Like, I can't do this. Like, no, I can't do it. I don't like men that, I don't like that. Like, you got to literally be able to handle yourself like a grown ass man. I don't want to be arranging for you to go on play dates with your kids and all that. Like, I don't got time for that. Go get your kids, do what you're supposed to do. I'll see you later. Hasta la vista. I don't like stuff like that. So I was like, well, you got to get up out of here. Like, for real, you got to go. Like, this is not going to work for me. Oh, okay. I want to show y'all something. Remember, I was saying how, and this isn't all men, but listen here, y'all. Another man had commented on another video, and he was like, oh, we didn't wish nothing bad on her. We just don't give a F. What? Sherelle said, I think you mean you shouldn't have to tell the grown man what to do if he living in the house with you. He should know what to do. See, I can't do exactly. I couldn't either. And it wasn't even like, telling him what to do. Like, one thing he did know how to do is work. He paid all the bills, but I feel like, I'm not one of those people that you can just pay all the bills and think I'm gonna be happy about that. I am concerned about your well-being. So I feel like if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I see you struggling with, like, let's say, friendships or maybe things with your family and stuff, that affects me because overall, it really affects you as a person. So I felt like me trying to, ask a grown man, oh, when the last time you saw your kids, or when did you do this or that? That was too much for me. I didn't like that. So I was like, I can't, I cannot be a part of this. Like, I felt like he wasn't being the father that he should have been to his other kids. So I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work for me. It was just too much. And then things that I was hearing, like from his daughter, I was really, in a good place with his daughter, and some of the stuff she would tell me, I'm just like, I ain't gonna be able to do this. And it's like, who asked you in the first place? They just always insert themselves. Let me show y'all this video. This is kind of one of the reasons why I wanted to, kind of talk about, how the man was feeling. Like, I mean, I don't care how the man was feeling, because I think it's really disrespectful. But let's get into Wack 100. Remember, I told y'all it seemed like the ugly, funny looking men were the ones that were being so nasty to Ashley. Listen to, I don't know if y'all familiar with Wack 100. If y'all not, we can bring up his ugly ass picture. But listen to how he was talking about the deceased Ashlee Janae.
Y'all got mad because I said I have no sympathy for her.
You just said because watch how they speak. That means you need to watch how you speak.
That's what I said.
People sound like they delusional and don't know what the fuck they talking about.
I said I had no sympathy.
Said fuck her.
And we don't know what you did.
Fuck her. I ain't got no sympathy
on Clubhouse. We don't know what you did with.
Y'all ain't never even met this bitch.
Fuck you.
How many y'all met her?
We know her.
How many y'all met her?
Some of us that
That's why that ain't none of y'all met this bitch.
Some of us that personal relationship.
None of y'all met this bitch. None of y'all met this bitch.
Hey, Wack, where you with her DMs?
Ain't none of y'all over there picking the maggots, so fuck that bitch.
Y'all hear that? He's talking about Ashley. Y'all not the one picking up maggots, F that B. Why would a man or anybody that has never met this person have so much vitriol for a person that you never met? The way he talking, these are the type of men that you stay away from. What is all of this? Like, you never met this girl. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? This is crazy. Wack 100, you ought to be ashamed of yourself with your crater face. He ought to be ashamed of himself.
See,
that
that's
is
weird.
weird. Like
That is
that.
weird. Wack, that's not normal.
He answered the question.
She shot him down in Chicago. You know she shot that nigga down. You know he was in the DM. She shot him down.
She turned this nigga down. That's why you mad.
Yeah, she turned him down. Of course she did.
Y'all got mad because I said I have no sympathy. That bitch ain't nobody.
That B ain't nobody. These are the type of men, I'm telling y'all, if a man refer to any woman as a B, he done. Like, to me, if you are aggressive enough to tell me about some woman who a bitch, I think that you'll put your hands on me, and I think I have to you up. Okay. So yeah, he's really disrespectful.
In this room,
You was in a
She turned you down.
Never.
She turned you down.
Never.
She turned you down.
Know the raggedy bitch.
This is very abnormal. This is not
right
normal.
now. So
You do know what's going on. You just letting the content
no Ashley slander.
Lou's on
So
the
why
phone. He don't hear Wack doing what he doing right now.
You don't got
Listen.
enough money for her, Wack.
Listen. I don't know the bitch.
We're not listening. Stop calling her a bitch.
And I mean, if y'all just look at the chat, these are the type of things that I'm talking about. So y'all know we live in a country where nobody respect Black women. Do y'all see where it originates from? The Black men don't respect Black women. They don't. Like, y'all don't. They really don't. I'm not saying everybody, but I'm just saying when stuff like this happens, you can look in the comments. Black men stand down. This has nothing to do with us. Huh? Black men stand down? Is this the Black men like Black men crew? Because I'm not understanding what's going on here.
We don't know.
As long as this nigga talking about in that raggedy
You're not
bitch's
even a
DM.
YN. Why are you
Oh,
acting like
fucked
a
up ass
YN?
weed wearing ass bitch.
She was raggedy, Wack.
You see how mad he is. Effed up a weed. her hair looks good. Like, I don't know what hairstyle he was talking about. He's bitter. Why you so mad?
Bitch, hell yeah, that bitch wasn't that. Are you crazy? All that mud on her face.
Are you crazy?
His own family.
All that mud on her face, but yet this man has craters in his face. He has craters in his face.
I'm just telling you, bro. I'm looking at the bitch. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? This is how you know that, you know, she was a pretty girl and you just mad. That girl wasn't ugly. Stop trying to say, you know, she had mud on her face and all of this. That girl wasn't ugly. Now you can just stop it right now.
This guy, he crazy.
The bitch got caked all up on her. Look at the bitch.
I know crazy.
The bitch got cellophane burning the eyebrows. Fuck out.
That's weird.
You got tatted out. Now this crater face talking. This nigga got a.
Somebody said this crater face talking. So, you know, some of the men is stepping up, said this is crater face talking. How you talking about somebody's appearance and your name is Wack 100 and you look like how you look?
The crater face.
It's not even funny, Wack. Like, I don't know if you're trying to be funny right now, but it's not even like comedic.
No, he trying to piss us off. That's all.
No, I'm listening. You got niggas in there. I'm in
don't look
this
bad on your
bitch
page. They don't
anytime you think that bitch ain't nobody.
Woo, 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 woo. Y'all, let's bring up a picture of Wack 100. He has a lot of nerves to talk about anybody looks. He shouldn't. Look at this man. Y'all look at this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let me go back to the other picture. This man got so many craters in his face. You can literally see it through his photograph. He should never talk about anybody. Look at this. Look how he looked. Look at the craters in his face. Why would he be talking about anybody looking like that? Look at this man's face. Come on now. You should never be. And he says she has mud on her face. Whatever she had on her face, you need to have some cement to cover up them damn holes in your face. I'm starting up Billie Jean 7324. That's what I just said. A lot of these men like men. I'm just going to keep it 100. Listen, I even had to call my cousin and I had explained to him about the Anton situation. I never even told him nothing other than the man had put my information online. First thing my cousin said, he said, that's a girl. He said, that's what feminine men do. Look, somebody, this is what I'm talking about. Disciple of, oh, that's a long name. Disciple of the Way. We're going to say Disciple of the Way. As a Black man, I never felt the need to publicly text on comments against her or nothing. Listen, I teach my sons the utmost respect. You, first of all, you better not be doing no girl ass shit like this. This is just too much. Like, why do you, that's like any man. For instance, Kevin Samuels. I mean, Kevin Samuels, to me, he said some crazy stuff, but it is what it is. You know, Ashley's life was taken. He was white, but to talk down on the dead is shameful, very. As if we all don't, you know, we may not go, you know, we don't know how she died, but we all got to go down that, you know, that same situation, maybe not that same situation, but we all got to die. Be careful what you say about people. Like, you are literally talking about and disrespecting somebody. That's so ignorant. But to talk down on the dead is shameful just because she preferred to date out of her race and choose not to date Black men. Even if you do not agree with her, that lady can date whoever the hell she wants. So why is it so upsetting to Black men that Ashley decided to date a white man? I mean, don't Black men date white women and all other sorts of races? Or is it or was it because Ashley was just so pretty that, you know, I don't understand. People can date whoever they want to date. True Max Reloaded. That's what I told my wife. Then they wonder why Black women say that Black men don't protect them. And then when you call them out about it, they want to block you. Right. Yeah, I could never. Listen, I could never and would never, could never. According to universal law, when a born righteous person, especially Black people, betray their own, the action from Allah is, yeah. Are you talking about maybe the people that don't take care of their kids? Because, it's a lot of men. It's some women out here who don't take care of their kids. So when you say they betray their own, I don't really know what you're talking about. If you're going to talk about it, you got to talk about it with the truth. Yeah, because I don't know what you're talking about. Ashley didn't betray nobody. She doesn't have an obligation to date anybody other than who she wants to date. The same way Black men date who they want to date. So betray your own. Well, shit, I done betrayed a lot of Black men because I done talked to a Mexican, well, not a Mexican, an Italian. I talked to a white, I done talked to an Italian, a Mexican. I talked to a white guy briefly. I'm going to talk to who I want to talk to. Now, I wouldn't say I don't like Black men because honestly, I prefer, but I don't prefer them to the point that, if I met somebody, I say, oh, I don't want to talk to you because you ain't Black. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I watched Ashley's channel about 2 years ago. I did not agree with some of her choices, so I stopped watching. But I would never say she desired to be unalive. And also, too, I didn't watch her channel either. Honestly, I didn't really know anything about her until this happened. Some of what people were saying was they were in her comments saying all kind of stuff. And she was, basically, saying it back to them. Again, I wouldn't care who she dated. I don't believe that she didn't like Black men. I believe that it was a certain kind of Black man that she didn't like. And I think probably a lot of us don't like either. So I don't know. People can date who they want to date. And another thing too, you can't take away somebody's experience. Instead of trying to take away a person's experience, maybe use that to say, how do you be a better person? Like sometimes I see different, characteristics in women that I may have myself. And I say, well, damn, I don't want to have that characteristic. How do I change that? Because I don't want to be like everybody else. So rather than say, oh, she didn't date, that woman can date who she want to date, whoever she want to date. And for somebody to say, oh, well, she dated them and that's why she was unalive. Well, I just showed y'all the slideshow of all the Black women that was unalive and they had nothing to do with anybody white. So, the truth of the situation where people don't like to talk about is the majority of the unalive come from our own race because that's just how it works. So to say, oh, if she wouldn't have dated him, she'll still be alive. Well, you don't know that. Oh, Billie Jean 7234. You said that girl never disrespected Black men at all. They was on her page. That's what I heard. Hating on her because she was dating a white man. Yo, these dudes are sick. They won't even fight the oppressor back. Absolutely, Billie Jean 7324. That is what I was seeing. I don't believe that she was literally saying it. I think what happened was they was on her page saying stuff, and in response to what they were putting on her page, I believe she was being funny. That's what I believe. What y'all say? Yeah, I believe what you're saying, Billie Jean, because I saw that as well. And I was like, I don't know, because one of the things that, they keep saying is she said something about Black men embarrass us daily or something. And I said, well, what did she lie about? Because that is true. I mean, y'all embarrass us every damn day. Like, I have to agree with that. Now, I'm not going to just sit here and just, go with, whatever the people say. But I mean, did she lie? If that's the only thing that, the people going to say she said, well, okay, well, next, she didn't lie. I mean, yes, it's the truth. You said the insecurities are showing by the day, play out here living reckless and got the nerve to be running their mouth, right? Right. Thank you, one who cares, 9147. Yes, please, y'all hit the like button. I really appreciate it. When you guys hit the like button, it is free for you to hit the like button. It don't cost you nothing, but it helps the video and it helps my video get monetized because they show it to more people. I appreciate you. Billie Jean 727324. She didn't just come out and just say that. Wait a minute. She didn't just come out and just say that. She said that when they started messing with her. That's exactly what yep. When they started talking about who she was dating. And that is exactly what I got out of it. And I believe she had a relationship with, I believe, Joe Budden. And he said that that was not true, that she did like black men. And that was another thing I was, learning as I went through the comments. These are not eligible black men that you would really want to date. These are the loser black men who mad and bitter because don't nobody like them. Let's just call it what it is. And they were coming after her. That's what it is. You're unattractive. Nobody wants you. You're probably abusive. You probably on the run or something. Like, it was those type of men. I'm not going to say that it was every black man. It was those loser kind, because just like we got loser women, we got a group of loser men. And it was those men because I clicked on their profile and I was like, you need to take your little ugly self somewhere and sit down. You say Ashlee Janae said the same thing about black men. So Wack 100 just keeping that same energy. Wack 100 need to get his skin done. I mean, he's talking about her skin all while having a crater face. So I don't know. Hey, Keisha, please forgive my outburst. I'm just upset with this. Oh, no, I mean, I agree with you. Like I said, I didn't watch her content. I didn't really know who she was, but I was seeing the same thing. They were saying that she was saying this stuff about black men. And I was like, I mean, I don't see what part y'all talking about. The issue was, which is weird, you mad about her dating a white man. You don't even know this lady. Why do you care who she date? Why do you care who she date? We don't have to just date black men. Black men don't just date white black women. We can date who we want to date. We can also have a preference. Black men, they have preferences. So, hey. You said black women would date a non-black man and mind their business. That's what black women do. They don't bash anybody. Well, I mean, I guess if you're in the comments bashing her, she gonna get one back at you. Even if she felt away, it doesn't give Wack the right to speak about her like that. Her family is grieving. Well, like I said, it's the funny looking guys. I mean, I have yet to see an established fine ass black man talking about this woman. I haven't saw it. So I'm gonna, even if he ain't fine, halfway decent, nice looking, or even okay, it's the ugly dudes that's doing it. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. Every time I see a nasty comment, I click on their profile pic and I'll be like, man, you don't get up out of here. So let me ask you, the white man that was in an interview with her mom, is that her husband? Because I know her mom married to a white man. I mean, I don't know. They referred to their, they said their spouse. So either they're married or I don't know her mother's relationship, but they said their spouse. So I would assume that that's maybe their, husband, and that's her husband. Listen, I guess I really don't see color like that because like I got cousins that's, got kids by people. So none of that really matters to me. I don't really care about a person's race. Like I'm so used to that. Like I have cousins who their mother is white. You know what I mean? So that don't really mean anything to me. I have a nephew. My brother's he got a child by a white girl. So none of that really matters to me. Like I don't even see color like that. So I mean, I don't know, but they did refer to them as their spouse. So either they're married or they're in some committed relationship. Girl, right. A lot of them don't even use cologne. They think soap could do the job. No, honey. Girl, a lot of them guys were, girl, they was ugly. White people open enemy. The Guardian grabbed the devil is she had. Oh, whatever. Right, girl. The truth hurts. The truth hurts. It is what it is. But again, it was only those kind of guys. If you click, I'm telling you, if you click, when I clicked on their profile picture, I wasn't even mad. I was like, okay, I see why you're mad. Because why are you mad at a stranger in them dating? Like, I don't have no feelings about that. Do y'all know how many successful black men? This is not all black men, but do y'all know how many successful black men that come from the hood that didn't have nothing, and as soon as they get them some money, what they do? Marry somebody white? I ain't even mad at them. One time I did ask her about her relationship with her father when I was in her chat because I thought maybe she did not have a relationship with him, but she said she had a good relationship. She looks just like her father too. She looks just like her father, actually, a female version, but she looks just like her father. Right. A lot of them don't have jobs. Most of them are illiterate. Yes. You are right. Can't read or write past 4th grade. The level of the audacity. Yes. I'm telling you, click when y'all see those comments, click on their profile pictures. I promise you'll be like, no comment. Like, I'm not even going to speak to somebody like you because I know that you have insecurities and you are interjecting your insecurities. If Ashley was some funny looking ugly girl, nobody would care. Like, they literally wouldn't care who she's dating. They only care because they feel like, oh, she's with this white guy. That girl can be with whoever she want to be with. Whoever she want to be with. And then I had did a video. This was, I don't remember, I think it was yesterday, where a black guy was like, I don't care about her. And then he said, yeah, date the white guys because we don't want you. It's just like, okay, so why are you even making a comment? Why are you even making a comment? I'm just reading y'all comments. Oh, I think I want to show y'all something else too. Just give me a second. Give me a second. What did y'all think about this? I want to know what y'all thought about this video right here. This was weird to me, but I want to show y'all this. I did a video on it earlier. But what did y'all think about this video? This was the video of this girl saying that, she was Ashley's friend, and she didn't feel like, this boyfriend Joe or her fiance had anything to do with it. I think this bitch is a clout chaser because why would you come out and defend this man knowing he was the last person to see her alive? They have already admitted that they have been fighting, but you come out to defend a man that has not even reached out to this girl relatives. What y'all think about her? Is she giving clout chaser? Because this is weird. I said, this girl is very, very weird. Who comes out to defend? It seemed like she want him. To me, like, girl, what? To me, I think the only reason that I really believe he has something to do with it is because he's ducking and dodging her mama. Why are you ducking and dodging this girl's parents? And then why? Y'all, my dog just came up in here. What do you want? Get out. Wait, y'all, you got to get out. Get out. Get out. Out. No, get out. Always butting up here. Get out. Go. No, boy. Always come and get your ass up out of here. Whew. Y'all had to get rid of my dog. She do too much. Right. You said she wants Joe. She's been wanting him. She did not seem sad for Ashley at all. Right. And wait a minute, y'all. Listen to what she had to say. She's in her message. She talks about other people being jealous of Ashley. Y'all, I think she's talking about herself because I'm like, girl, are you okay? Like, you are literally defending a man that is ducking and dodging her parents. They're doing a GoFundMe. This guy is supposed to be a millionaire. You never, like, this is giving weird. Somebody said, I was like, this was her friend because it really never seemed like it. But let's listen to it. Y'all listen to how she says people were jealous of Ashley. And I'm like, girl, are you talking about yourself? Like, this is weird.
So I don't typically do these kind of videos. I'm just not like a TikTok, Instagram person. I prefer to watch than to make videos. But there's a topic very close to home, and that is about my friend Ashlee Janae. There's a lot of talk about her around on the internet, and as someone who's known her since about 2021 to 2022, everything that everybody's saying couldn't be further from the truth of who she was as a person. And it's bad enough finding out and having this be the way that I found out about Ashley and everything that she's been through. But it's almost traumatizing to see how people talk about her in the midst of this devastating loss. I'm just going off script, but the goal of me making this video is for me to kind of explain to you who she was, because while the videos where people are assuming what happened to her, or assuming it was her partner, or assuming things that they don't know, you guys aren't even spelling her name right in half of these videos. You guys aren't even pronouncing her partner's last name right in half of these videos. And you guys create videos with so many opinions where you're 10 toes down on what you're saying, and it's hurtful to the family who knew her. It's hurtful to the friends that knew her. It's hurtful to her family. It's hurtful to anybody who's trying to get a genuine update that loves and cares about her, because she was a phenomenal person. She was a fucking phenomenal person. Excuse my language. I don't know if I could post it like that, but she was a phenomenal person. She was funny. She was a girl's girl. She would make sure you got home if we went out drinking. She was about Black women. She was about her Black people. So all this stuff about her being with a white man, okay, that's who she chose to be with. You guys are pulling up messages from back in 2011, 2013, when she was still a child. She's worked hard for where she is.
This do not give that they were friends. I think she, you know how you know people, you just know of them, you maybe, hung out with them. She seemed like she wanted Ashley's life. Girl, you talking about comments and what people are saying, yet your friend, you claim this is your friend is in a whole nother country, while the man that you're defending, do you want Joe, has not reached out to her family. But you online talking about what now? This is weird. Like, I don't think they were friends like that.
Just because you can't relate to her doesn't mean you should dehumanize her, right? We're already talking about dehumanizing people across the fucking world in genocides, but we dehumanize.
Did y'all see what they said in the comments? Somebody said it's given she been sleeping with him. These people are funny in these comments.
This person, because they don't live a lifestyle, hold on. Because they don't live a lifestyle that you agree with, or they both loved each other. I don't know what happened. I don't know what went wrong, but let's allow the police to do their job. Hi.
would y'all be saying, listen, if my friend ended up unalive with her husband, I'm going to be looking at him. I mean, if you are the husband, the boyfriend, you ain't reached out to the family, something ain't right. So why is she quick to say he didn't do it? He was the last person seen with her. Damn, he can't even call a family. Like, this doesn't even make any sense. Like, girl, was you giving him a little bit of that booty?
Let's allow the police to do their job instead of jumping to conclusions. Let's think about this for a second. Let's play this hypothetical theory of a game, right? I'm going to turn back around because this is a busy road over here. Let's play this game. The same way that the entire internet is showing hate, envy, hi, hello, hate, envy, jealousy at this beautiful, successful Black woman and her age gap successful partner. Because mind you, Ashley was also doing her own thing. She had her own life outside of Joe. They added to each other's lives. Consider that. We don't know what happened. I'm not saying that he didn't do it. I'm just saying allow the cards to play out.
What? I just heard that one, y'all. She said, I'm not saying he didn't do it. Girl, what the hell is she talking about? Let the cards play out. Have you reached out to her mama and her father?
Because if he didn't do it, then not only are you guys dehumanizing Ashley, whose life was taken away from her potentially, but then also the man who I'm sure if he had no hand in this, he's grieving terribly and he's gonna come to the conclusion.
He grieving terribly. That man was on Twitter when that girl was either deceased or, she had to be deceased. If you look at the time parts, the time frame, that man, I don't believe that man didn't love her. He didn't love her. That man was playing the game. What is this girl talking about? If she's watching everybody videos to the point that she knows people are not spelling his name right, are she watching the videos that people have made where they have showed his tweets, which was the day of that she had got, unalive? Because keep in mind where they are, depending on where you are in the world. I know for me in Georgia, it was like 8 hours ahead, which would pinpoint it around the same time that this girl, was unalive. But he's tweeting and she's talking about what? This girl is crazy. I don't think this is her friend. I think this is somebody that she may have known.
Look how much his life is ruined when it was supposed to be the best experience of his life. What I'm saying is we don't know. Let's not jump to conclusions. Okay? Now consider this. All this envy and hate in the world. What if somebody's seen this beautiful chocolate woman being proposed to by her older, very wealthy partner? You've seen that picture of her feeding the giraffe with those evil eyes watching her, the same way that I see the evil eyes on the internet condemning her.
So is she trying to say that somebody saw Joe propose to Ashley and just wanted to take her out? Girl, that's not what strangers do. That's what people that do that's close to you. So you just see a woman, her man is proposing to her and you gonna follow her around because you gonna take her out? Girl, what evil eyes? She weird.
When she's a victim, potentially. I knew Ashley. I didn't know her to do something like this. So I might be leaning more into something happened to her. But this is all speculation. This is just from the person that I knew her to be. This isn't like her. She's not one to put up with someone mistreating her. So I don't know. I just know that you guys know less than I do, and I've known her for years. I know of Joe. I knew personally. I knew Ashley. And all I'm saying is that a lot of questions are up in the air. Don't blame anybody, because for all we know, it was hotel staff that separated them. What about that? Jealous eyes. They separate this beautiful chocolate woman who's about to live her dream life. And her fiance?
Y'all don't give a damn what nobody say. This girl was a hater. She was a hater and jealous of Ashley like the whole time. You keep talking about how beautiful she is and you're saying all of this, but then you say she's your friend, but then you go to protect a man who, I mean, everybody's saying shit, he had to have something to do with it. You didn't reach out to her parents. The parents said that this man reached out to them 11 hours later and then reached out and made it seem like everything was okay. So he still never told them that this girl was dang near gone, okay? He made it seem like, oh, she's okay. He didn't even tell them everything. Then once she passed away, the hotel called the parents. They ain't heard from him. Is this girl okay? Is she okay?
And then she goes up dead? Who's to say that it was Ashley? Who's to say that it was Joe? What if it was the hotel staff? We don't know. Stop blaming people when you don't know what happened. Give them a chance to investigate.
And okay, exactly. We don't know who did it. But again, if he didn't do anything, why is he acting so damn weird? You took this girl to Africa, proposed to her. She ended up unalive and you just go ghost. Huh? Where do they do that at? Now, from what I'm thinking, I believe he doesn't want to talk to her parents because he doesn't want to be asked questions, because obviously if he continues to tell different stories, it's going to look a little bit crazy. So what the hell is this chick talking about?
And remember, innocent until proven guilty. Stop shaming people. And Ashley was a great fucking person. Stop trashing her. You don't know her. You never knew her. Stop being so depraved. The only thing that's stronger than hate is love.
Yeah, this chick is weird. She's weird. I feel like she's trying to signal to Joe and say, hey, Joe, I'm ready. Come buy me a few things. That was weird. I don't think she was hurt. That wasn't her friend. That was one of them hoes looking at your life from the sideline, wishing it was them. Because girl, you're not concerned about her. You're not concerned about her. She's talking about people were jealous. Yeah, she was jealous. You talk about how beautiful she was, but you don't seem very concerned. You're more concerned about people misspelling her name, which, I mean, people would misspell her name because they don't really know her like that. So they're going to spell her name based on how they think it's spelled. Like, that don't even have nothing to do with it. If y'all really, pay attention, social media has really been on this case and talking about it, and now it's everywhere. So for her to just be like, oh, y'all need to stop making videos. What? Y'all, this was a good video I want to show y'all too. He ain't grieving. That man ain't grieving. I mean, he hasn't even reached out to her parents. I mean, y'all, I think this was a good video. Now, one of the things that I learned, we had talked about, or, I had showed y'all the different videos of the Black women, being unalive. One of the things y'all should know is, if you find out something about your man or somebody you dating, sometimes it's best not to even confront them. Just be like, I think it ain't working. Don't even confront a person, especially, if he got a boyfriend. Don't even confront him. Don't even do it. Just find another, way to break it off. But listen to what this lady says. It says, young woman shares advice to women traveling with men in the wake of Ashley Robinson's death. When you go on a holiday vacation with a man, if you see a red flag, do not confront him. Wait until you get somewhere safe. And sometimes, y'all, you may just not, if you find concrete evidence on somebody, why you need to confront them? Just go on about your business. Sometimes it doesn't even matter. Just, move on.
Hey guys, so I wanted to make this video because this is some advice that I got years ago, and I think it's advice that we all as women need to understand. Ashlee Janae, that has passed away, I hope she rests in peace. This is such a tragic story, and we as women need to take this as a sign. When you go on holiday with a man, a boyfriend, even your husband, okay, it doesn't matter. If you see something that is a red flag, that doesn't sit right with you, it could be anything. If you go through his phone and you see something, anything, do not go and confront them. Do not tell them anything. Don't react in any way. Don't change your behavior. Don't give them a signal to know that something's off with you. Wait till you get home to your...
Y'all, and that's very true what she's saying, because listen, we don't know what the hell could have happened. What if he was with a man and Ashley caught him with a man? We don't know what happened. But she's simply saying, listen, if you're on a vacation with somebody and you find out something or you catch them, whatever, don't confront them. Like, you don't know, especially with some of these men, and they may be gay or something or whatever. You confront a man about that, he may just take you on up out of here, because y'all know some people live a double life like that. So she's just saying that it's safe to just not confront altogether.
Your home country where you're safe to take your next steps, because we in the Western world forget that a majority of the world do not have women's rights. The police don't care about women, and on top of that, they are not trustworthy, they are corrupt, and they lack the funding to even do the right procedures for investigations. So it's really important that we understand that, life is unexpected, and control the circumstances. I don't understand. I don't know what had happened. I don't know anything, but this is just a thought to carry with yourselves, that if you're ever abroad and something happens, to, as much as it might hurt or is uncomfortable to hold it in. If you have to continue the holiday, I wouldn't personally if it's that bad, but wait till you get home. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.
Excuse me. One of the things too that she has stated that, and we're learning this, in the country that Ashley was at, that a lot of these countries, I mean, we mentioned this, they're not the USA. They're not the United States of America. They don't have the funding. They don't have dollars. They don't have equipment. They don't have shit. And she's pretty much saying that a lot of times when this stuff happens, that a lot of these countries, they lack the resources to be able to do things, y'all. We are in America. People, they die to come over here. They want to be over here. So what she's simply saying is, a lot of times when, crime happens, as in, what's happening now, they lack the resources to be able to do what we can do, in the, United States of America. What you say? You said, if he's lawyered up, which I'm probably sure he is, they probably don't want, right. They don't want him to speak out. Right. But that is a sign of guilt, because y'all know, how it works. When you love a person, you ain't really concerned about protecting yourself, especially when you didn't do nothing wrong. He is definitely not talking because he know that this dude has something to do with it. I don't care what nobody say. Like he definitely did something. This is definitely did something. Now, everybody can't be lying. I mean, it's a lot of stuff coming out about him, and I don't believe that it's all made up. The people say that he is always on this island. He is very well known on this island. Now they talking about he was sneaking out at night. People saying that they had been fighting the whole time, which makes sense. He's well known. He was allegedly going out, messing with these different women, and then, coming back to the room. I guess then they would be fighting. I guess that would make sense. But then also they were saying that I guess some guy or, was trying to, talk to Ashlee and he got mad about that. So it kind of makes sense because my first thing, I was like, dang, how do you get on vacation and just argue the entire time? But they were saying that this guy was, I guess, going out, messing with other women. Another thing I found out, y'all, they say, this is what I've heard, that when they go to countries like, Tanzania, that they can buy them, them ladies that give up the goods, like for $19 or $20. I was watching somebody, O'Shea Duke Jackson. He did a video. He's in Africa. I don't know what part of Africa. So I know he's familiar with a lot of this stuff. And he was saying that they can get the old, the ladies that do the stuff for the money for like $19. I said, dang on it. I mean, wow. I said, it's $19. So he was basically saying that, because the country is so poor that, this is what, some of the women do for money because, it's a tourist location and the men go down there for that. And I was like, whoa. You said O'Shea is in Uganda. Okay, yes, that's where he is. Right next to Tanzania. Right. Yep. Okay, that's what he said. So he should know. He said that the women pretty much do this for a job. And I was thinking about it. I said $19, but oh, wait a minute. All right, y'all, give me a second. I got to get something to drink. Ooh, I don't know where that came from, but yeah, they were saying that really for $19, and I don't know what that equates to, in terms of, their dollar, but he was basically saying that, that's a lick. And I was like, wow. So it seems like, that's what this guy was doing. Like I said, I was trying to figure out like, damn, how could they be arguing? Like what was really going on? But apparently, he was, sneaking out, messing with a lot of women. But if y'all really look at this guy, he looks like a womanizer. He looks like that. Like he looks, I mean, you look all in his eyes. This man looked like he a piece of shit. Deborah Holder said, excuse me. Deborah Holder, $19. They need to try and come to the U.S. She said $19. They need to try to come to the U.S. Well, the cost of living down there is so low. So $19 to them may be like $500 to us. Okay, Daryl said too, O'Shea is in Uganda. Okay. You say Uganda is right next to Tanzania. Yeah, but I was like, whoa. So, and another thing, if you're going to make the conscious decision to date a different race of man, please don't let them be the same as the man that you don't want to date, because then you might as well just stay with, because whoever this dude was, this white guy, he looked like he was full of shit. He didn't look like he was on nothing. Yeah, what was going on? They just got engaged. I don't believe the engagement was real. I think that he couldn't have wanted to marry her. Maybe it was real to her, but it couldn't have been real to him. Yeah, Deborah, the cost of living down there is $2. So, that $19 is a lot to them. It is. But you know what's crazy? Sometimes you ain't even got to confront the man. Yes. Oh, yeah. They can read your energy and feel you got an attitude, and they can snap about that. You know what? You probably had to trick them and get up out of there. You're right. They can read your energy, especially if they know good, because a no good man knows that he's lying and he's deceiving you. So he's watching you to see how you're going to respond to his lies. So that's a good one. But I also feel like when you find out that a person is disingenuine, unless you just don't care. Why you even want to be around? That's probably, you know, the opportunity for you to slide your ass on up out of there. I'm just reading y'all comments. Let me see. I think I got one other thing I want to show y'all. So let me see, y'all. I just want to make sure I didn't miss something here. They made a good amount of money from that GoFundMe, which was good. Another thing I wanted to talk about. What about the comments, y'all, of the Black women saying, yeah, you try to make like that relationship was all of that. Every relationship has its ups and downs. You can be in a relationship with somebody and really think that this is the person that you want to be with just because you're posting this person. And that's why I would never post nobody. Like literally, if I was married, you have your own page, I'm gonna have mine. I don't want to post people because then if I don't like you, I gotta go back and take your pictures down. I don't got time for that. But you can be in a relationship with somebody, everything can be going good, and then they do something like what happened. But what about the Black women in the comments? These are the I'm sure these are probably the bitter ones who, you know, maybe want to be in a relationship and can't find anybody. And they were like, yeah, you were posting and making it seem like your relationship was perfect. I'm like, no relationship is perfect. Just because you show, and then y'all, and then this part, who on social media really showing their real life? When y'all see pictures of people, do anybody wake up and on social media and really tell you the truth of what's going on? Or do you see a bunch of pictures and videos of inspirational things? Because that's really what it is. Nobody is really telling you every bit of their life. So I don't know. I don't feel like she was faking. I think she was doing content like everybody else does. Deborah said, for Ashley and 𝐬𝐿 to have been separated, the argument has, yes, the argument had to be a hot ass mess. They was fighting and all sort of, they had to. They had to. That was nothing that, in terms of having an argument. They keep saying argument. No, they had a fight. That wasn't no argument. They literally had a fight. That was a whole fight. Yeah, that was definitely a whole fight. Wasn't nobody arguing. Somebody said she was faking the lifestyle. Well, I don't know if she was faking. As I just stated, when you go on social media, you see inspirational things. Nobody is really telling you, like you see couples on there all the time and you always see them posting happy pictures. Nobody is going to post when they're arguing or when they're not getting along. So I wouldn't say that she's faking. If that's the case, then everybody on social media is faking because nobody is truly telling you the ins and outs to their relationship. They only post the picture perfect pictures. So I don't know if she was faking. I saw videos that she was posting where they were going on trips. What was she faking? She literally was going on those trips. So I don't know about the faking part. Like I said, nobody really talks about, the inner workings of their relationship. That's all they do on social media is post those type of pictures. Why didn't she take any of her friends with her? Yeah, I don't know. Good question. Yeah, that is a good question. Yeah, she seems too sweet to be the aggressor. He definitely looked like the KKK. Another thing, people were saying that that in in that part of Africa, I want to say that part because I'm not familiar with every single part of Africa, but they have said for this particular area that they worship white people, okay, that they think white people is so much better. They were also saying that he was aware of that and that somehow he knew that his presence in that particular area, that people pretty much thought that, he was, big shit or whatever. So that could have been the reason why he took her there. I feel like the shit was planned. Like, I just feel like it was planned because how do you go from proposing to somebody, choke themselves out? I just feel like it was planned. Or maybe it wasn't. Maybe he took her down there, but how you propose to somebody and then you sleep, you're going out at night to be with her. That's weird. Like, I don't know. I don't think he really wanted to marry her. I think that was something else. A lot of women were so jealous of her. It was crazy. I think because she was drop dead gorgeous. Yep, they do be mad about that. They really do. And I don't understand that. I don't understand women. They do that. They do. And the fact that she had a lot of followers and she was a kept woman, supposedly. Yeah, women do be weird about that. I don't understand why they be jealous by how other women look. Yeah, that's weird, but they do. Yeah, they do. You're right. That's a good one. Deborah said, I think she did not take a friend because this was not her first time going out of the country with Joe. So I think she felt safe. I think she felt safe too because there were other pictures, even as early as November, I believe, of 2025, where they were going somewhere else. And wherever they were going, I know it was far away because I can tell generally if you're going on like an international trip where it's going to be like you're going to be on there for a minute, a long time, your seats, they have like different seating. So she definitely traveled with him before. And this, I mean, you can go on her Instagram and look at that. It tripped me out to see a comment trying to warn her. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because look at this, y'all. I think I still got that person's Instagram up. That's creepy. Listen, here's his Instagram. This is weird. Yes. Wasn't that weird? So the guy that warned her, y'all, this is his Instagram. So what I'm showing y'all is there was a comment on her Instagram, and the comment said, he's going to hurt you, right? Here is that Instagram page. This person has 1 follower, and then his name is Ronald Reagan. Y'all know this is a fake profile. This is a fake profile. So I went to this guy's page. Like I said, isn't this weird? People were in the comments like, oh, that's Joe. Yeah, Dara Williams. Yeah, it says African, white men are worshipped in Africa. And when I saw that, I said, I knew it was a reason I never went to Africa. And they ain't got to worry about me ever going because shit, I wanted to go to Africa thinking that it was the opposite. We ain't worshiping no white man. No, we don't do that. Ashley was an influencer on her channel. She would create an illusion of a luxurious life. Yeah, and so the thing about Ashley where I can kind of understand her and relate a little bit because the girl just turned 31 years old. Like, I feel like there's a group of people that kind of grew up on social media, and I feel like she's one of those people. And unfortunately, when you grow up on social media, you make a lot of mistakes. So I don't really take what she said. I mean, honestly, I take it with a grain of salt. She's only 31 years old. You know what I mean? It's not like she's 45 or 50. She's 31 years old. She practically grew up on social media. So when people were bringing up old stuff, I said, well, shit, when I was 20, I was saying all kind of stuff. You know what I mean? So imagine growing up on social media where you would just, in regular life, you would just have a conversation. But now you're on social media and you tweeting this stuff, and now you have become this huge influencer where people can now go back and look at everything you said. So I didn't really take it that bad because I felt like the girl was young. Like, I mean, she's 31 years old. She had been on social media for 10 years. She would have been in her 20s. So I'm just like, how do you hold somebody that young accountable for saying something crazy when we've all been young before and we've all said stuff that, we probably didn't mean? Somebody said they need to investigate this person. And you know what? Another thing about that, let me show y'all again, about this page, I thought was so weird and creepy. So this person, this is a fake page. This person had put in the comments about him, basically saying he's going to hurt her. So people had went back to the comments, obviously, after Ashley had passed away, and they were like, how did you know? And it was so weird. They kept tagging this person, and this is how you know this is a fake page, because when you have a fake page, you're not always signed in because it's a fake page. You just sign in when you want to be nosy. The person was like, oh, I was just trying to bring awareness. Huh? Yeah, they definitely need to investigate and find out who this person is. But whoever this person was, definitely said he is going to hurt you. Sure did. Some people did not understand she may not have had all the things she would show in real life. It was an illusion that's how she draw in her. Yes, that's how she draw in her subscribers and make money. Exactly. It's an illusion. You see that on social media all the time. We've been talking about Big Back Anton. He does the same thing. Everything ain't what he say. He's a big liar, a big hypocrite. A lot of this is social media. Somebody said, I think shit went left real quick. All right, y'all. So what I need y'all to do, I don't know how many of you guys are on Twitch, but I'm going to start streaming on Twitch. I need to get to 1,000 followers to be able to go over there, y'all. So if you are on Twitch, put a 1 in the chat. Girl, they do. They sure do. A lot of people get their ass up here and be lying about being a millionaire. And it's an illusion because it's like, oh, I'm a millionaire. Be like me. Listen, they was just talking about, what's that girl named? Stormy. What's the multi-level marketing lady? Stormy. I can't remember. But they was just talking about her and said she was lying. Talking about she was a millionaire, telling these people, these folks be lying like hell. Motor Culture, make sure you subscribe to me on Twitch. If you guys are on Twitch, I need y'all to subscribe because I'm going to start streaming on Twitch 3 times a week. These rich men are into devious activities. Everywhere they go, they have connections in all of these places, and they know how to spread the money around to make problems disappear. Exactly. And especially in another country. In another country, do you know what $1 million is? Shit, $1 million in over there may be like $1 billion to them. And again, I've mentioned how corrupt they say that place is. When I read that, I said, oh, they ain't got to never worry about me going over there. Hell to the no. Yes. And the thing about it, even with the U.S. Embassy involved, although the U.S. Embassy is its own organization, they can't press charges over that country's, you know what I mean? So, I really want to see this, this girl's family get some justice, but it's looking real bad. It's looking real bad. Like, again, and I said this in the beginning of my video, I feel like part of what they're trying to do is keep her body so that when the family does try to get a second autopsy, it's going to be inconclusive, because usually with the autopsy, it should be done, I think they said, between 24 to 48 hours after the person deceased. after the person has passed on. I mean, it's been, what is this? The 18th? We're into a week already. So, I hope, that her family is able to find justice, but it seems like these folks is playing games. It doesn't seem sincere at all. With all of these lies talking about, these people are in jail. This is a lie. Nobody is in jail. Nobody is in jail. Okay. Ain't nobody in jail. And it don't seem like anybody is going to jail. So Deborah, you must have followed Ashlee. You said at first Ashlee was faking it to you. At first Ashlee was faking it to you make it, and she was starting to make it until it became her reality where she was making lots of money. I don't know. Like, I mean, when I looked, what is she bigger on? Is it Instagram? Is it, because I think I looked for her on TikTok. Is she on TikTok? I think I found her on Instagram. I don't know. I think like I said, I think I found her on Instagram. But let's see. I think she had more followers on Instagram. I don't know. Like I said, I just started looking at her. Well, yeah, on Instagram, she has 152K. Because I thought I looked for her on TikTok. I didn't see very many things. Yeah, okay, so maybe just Instagram. Yeah, I got to get better on Instagram. I don't really be on Instagram like that. Yeah, I don't really be on there, but I really hope they get justice. This is sad. If y'all trying to travel out of the country, just don't do it. We got to wait till we get a new president, and they got to start, doing a little bit better with tourists, because yeah, I think this is going to be another 𝐬𝐿 situation. It's just, I don't know about y'all, but this make me I don't need to leave. I could just stay here. I don't know. I'm good. I'm good. It is so many places within these states that I can visit. I don't need to go to other countries where they doing corrupt shit. What was Ashlee's content about? What did she post? How did she become so popular? What was she known for on social media? I think she's a lifestyle influencer. Would y'all agree? Okay, you said check your email. Would y'all agree that she was like a lifestyle influencer maybe? I thought she was like lifestyle. She was really good at what she did on her channel, but it was so many haters coming in her channel. That's what I keep hearing, Deborah. And that's why I said what I said. I don't believe that she was as nasty as these old, men trying to say that she is. I believe that, they were coming at her, because a lot of people said it. They were like, no, they were coming at her and she was responding. I don't see anything in my email. Let me check. I don't see anything. Let me check on my computer. Maybe I can see it better on here. I'm trying to look on my phone. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. Did you send me something? Well, I did just check my email. Southern Bombshell. I don't see anything. I mean, I see stuff that's been there. If you sent me something, I don't see anything. Black American. Oh, that's so long. Been living out the country 11 years and never had a problem. Are you a male? Yeah, you probably wouldn't have a problem. Yes, Ashlee promoted a lifestyle that she referred to as the soft life. Yep, so she was a lifestyle influencer. So her content was, based around her life, the soft life, like you said in the comments. As Black people, period, you better understand that the world is dangerous for us, and you have to move like like you're still home in, wait a minute, as Black people, period, you better understand that the world is dangerous for us and you have to move like you're still home in LA, New York, Atlanta, etc. Can't get comfortable in these foreign lands. That's right. Yep. My friend and I just canceled her 40th birthday vacation in Mexico for July. I told her it's not a good time to travel out of out of the US. So we're planning, yes, do Vegas and Miami. Yes, do Vegas and Miami. Yes. Don't do it. Don't even think about it. I'm definitely going to get on Twitch because I love your channel. I really appreciate it. Listen, I don't even have a passport. My daughter just got her passport, so I'm gonna go get one. But she won't be going nowhere without me. Absolutely nowhere, honey. Nowhere. Because these folks is crazy. This case, like the fourth case where a woman went overseas, you know what I'm saying? Like it don't even seem fun no more. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I mean, like, that's okay. Going to all of these, places, spending all of this money to come up missing. No, thank you. Miami is nice. Like you said, Vegas, it's so many places to go. You're right, Lakeysha. It doesn't appear like her family will get justice. Yeah, I really hope that they will, but it doesn't seem like it. I mean, not communicating with the family, that's not a good sign. They literally treating Ashley as if she was, like she committed a crime. And also, too, y'all know somebody, who was that just put in the chat about going to Vegas? 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸 is going to be in Vegas. Y'all know that, right? 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸 is, he has a, what do they call those things? But 𝐬𝐮𝐬 is in Vegas. So check 𝐬𝐮𝐬𝐫𝐸 out. He's going to be in Vegas. Somebody said, yeah, I'm still trying to understand who celebrates their birthday just with a boyfriend and nobody else. Yeah. And then they say it was a birthday party. Who was invited? They did. So they said it was that is kind of weird, which kind of answers the question though, when they said he had some other people down there, because when they said she had a birthday party, I'm like, a birthday party? Isn't it just them two? Like a birthday party? Oh, Deborah, you're in Vegas. Girl, are you going to go see 𝐵𝐵? 𝐵𝐵. I want to go see 𝐵𝐵. I only want to go see 𝐵𝐵, y'all, because they are dressed up, okay? So I want to go and with my nice outfit on, listening to the rap music. So I want to do that. I want to go to Vegas. What else y'all saying? The only way she will get justice is if the U.S. government steps in and take over the investigation. Other than that, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, a residency. That's it. Yep. So 𝐵𝐵 got a residency. Yes, that's exactly what it is. Which is so crazy because when he was here, I don't remember where he was last, but I was looking at everybody's pictures online and I was like, I want to go. Like, I want to go. So I was so glad to see that he, has a residency. So hopefully I'll get to Vegas this summer because I just want to dress up and listen to some 𝐵𝐵 music. But y'all, it's a lot of places that we can go. We should not go places and spend our money where we're not treated right. And I mean, first of all, I don't want to go nowhere where the people think that the white folks is better than me. I don't even want to go there. I had to go to the Apple store today and I had to tell the lady off because I said, why every time I come in here, like for instance, the lady walked up to me and she was helping me. She didn't know what she was doing, had to mess me up, had me paying for, what is that? The plan where they, it's the little plan where they fix your stuff. So she actually had me pay for it on the wrong Apple ID. Then I had to wait so it could show up so I can cancel it. All while she helping me, she done left. I said, y'all know every time I come in here and y'all help me, I always see, I said, why y'all always leave the black folks to go help the white folks? I said, I never ever see anybody leave the black people to come help the white people. I said, why do y'all do that? She was just looking. I said, no, why do y'all do that? I said, do you not think that I have somewhere to be? I said, why do you come over and help me? And then in the midst of helping me, you leave and go help somebody else. I said, wait until I'm done. Like, stop doing that. Yeah, I don't want to go somewhere where you say you worship white people. And I don't even want to go there. Then I might as well stay in the United States. I'm not going there. I don't want to go there. I don't want to spend my money with you. Yeah, then just, get the white folks to come because I don't want to be there. And that's just that on that. I don't got to never go to Africa. If y'all think white folks is better than me, get their money because I don't want to go. But I really hope that she gets justice. I really do. They said that the U.S. Embassy is involved, but like I said, I'm not sure. I don't think that they can just take over the investigation. Maybe they can. If so, I don't know. Hopefully they can, because I want to see this girl get some justice, but it just don't seem like it's going to happen because you got to understand that's in another country. It's like somebody come over here, they commit a crime. They do what they do over here. Same thing. If you go to another country and commit a crime, same thing. They get to decide what the punishment is like. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Usher and Chris Brown, are they going to be in Vegas on July 14th? Girl, let me tell you about my experience in Vegas. I'll never forget this. I had to be about 20. I wasn't 26. I had to be like 21 or 22. This was my first time going to Las Vegas. And, my boyfriend had took me there and he was like, he wanted to tell me about what happens in Vegas, but he hadn't really told me. So we're walking, it's nice. I'll never forget, it was like March and I had to actually go there and buy some clothes because I had bought like stuff that was for the winter and it was like 80 degrees. I'll never forget these women. You walking with your dude, and these women come up to us and hand us flyers for them and they little nasty little stuff. I was like, excuse me. And he was like, well, that's what I wanted to tell you. I just wanted to let you know, that when we come here, they'll give you stuff like that. I was like, what? But yeah, I've been to Vegas twice. I actually really liked it. The only thing about Vegas, and this happened to me both times that I went, I came back tired. Like it was not a vacation because we did so much. July 14th. So Usher and Chris Brown is going to be there. Yeah, I want to see Jeezy. I like Usher too, though. Usher just finished his residency there in Vegas. Now, who else? Because I only saw one person put a 1 in the chat. Is anybody else in the chat? Are you guys on Twitch? Or just one person? Y'all got to get with the program. Y'all got to get with the program. Because I'm going to be streaming on Twitch. And I need you guys to follow me over there. So I'm trying to learn the Twitch algorithm. The reason why I'm telling you all to follow me on Twitch is because when I stream on Twitch, I cannot stream on YouTube. So it would just be on Twitch. That's why I'm telling y'all to follow me on Twitch. Like right now, I think I may have connected my Twitch. So I'm literally streaming now onto Twitch. But when I start streaming on Twitch, I would just stream from Twitch. So you'll just go to Twitch. So I have my username on the screen. So you just go to, let me just see. Is it twitch.com? Yeah, you would just go to. That is so. So you would just go to, let me just show you. It's twitch.tv. Let me show you. So you would go here. It's just twitch.tv, and you would type in my username. So that's the website, is Twitch. I mean, it's you can say it's like YouTube, but a little different than YouTube. Somebody said, sis, what switch? No. Okay. Let me kind of re-explain it. So Twitch, it's Twitch, TWITCH. Twitch is another form of social media platform. You know how YouTube is called YouTube. Twitch is, I wouldn't say it's exactly like YouTube, but it's another, social media website. I'm going to be streaming over there. So when I stream over there on Twitch, you guys won't be able to see me over here if you're not subscribed. Violence and essay against women and children is bad there in that area. So I don't know. I just don't see anything good. And they worship whites in most of those African countries. You have not been the first, second, or third person to say that. That is what everybody has been saying. And I didn't know that. I did not know that. And it's crazy because I said, damn, if this is what they got to offer, they ain't got to never worry about me. I mean, I don't think I know that's here, but damn, to actually say that they worship these folks, I said, oh, well, I don't need to go. I don't need to go. Because, that would highly piss me off. I'm going to pay to go on a vacation where they worship. No, I heard that. So do we just click on the link and type your name? Okay, good question. Okay, let me, that is a great question. Because I think I may be missing something. Okay, you know what? This is what you do. This is what I should have did. You see how the questions help? That is the link right there. That's what I should have put in the chat. Sorry, I didn't think about that. So if you click, I don't know if you can click on that link. You may have to just take it and put it in your browser. So the link that I just put in there is the, directly, it would take you to my particular page and you should be able to click. No, ma'am, it's Twitch, not Switch. She says switch. No, it's Twitch. Thank you, Simply Luscious. Appreciate you. Yeah, because I'm going to be streaming over there. Again, y'all won't be able to. So you can obviously see me here because I'm streaming here, but I'm going to start streaming over there. You won't be able to see me. I will probably put something over here to say, hey, come over on Twitch. But if you follow now, at least when I stream, you'll be able to get the notification. Otherwise, I don't think you'll be able to see it. But thank you, MA Sun Goddess 777. I did not know that, but I've come to learn and know that and I was like, wow, that's messed up. I'm not worshiping nobody white. I don't give a damn. I'm never going to do it. It is never going to happen. All right, guys. So I put the link in the chat for y'all. Well, I'm sorry. I don't think it's a link, but I think you can click. Let me see if I can make it a link. I don't think I can. Yeah, I think when I put it in the chat, it just turns to I don't think I can put it in I can't make it a link. But yeah, y'all go ahead and make sure y'all follow me over there on Twitch. If y'all can be so kind and hit the thumbs up, it's free, okay? That is how you help the video. It's a free way to support the channel, but please, y'all go ahead and follow me on Twitch because like I said, I'm going to be streaming over on Twitch, and you won't know if you don't follow, because you won't get a notification. But we're gonna keep talking about this. Hopefully, this helps. I think it is helping, because when I originally heard about it, I was like, yeah. But as y'all can see, the story just blew up and everybody is talking about it. And, my prayer is that this girl gets justice. I mean, she's gone. She ain't coming back. Whoever did this, and I do believe that this fiance has something to do with it. But I also think that there's other people involved. I think that it is more than just him. I think it's a few people. No. I'm on YouTube, So I'm on YouTube. I'm here. I'm not going to leave YouTube. So let me see how I can explain this. So right now I am streaming to my Twitch channel. But so I'm streaming to my Twitch channel, and I will do this sometime, but what I'm saying is I will stream strictly from my Twitch channel and not on YouTube. So I'll still do my videos, and occasionally, I'll do some lives here. But in order to build up your platform, and that's on any social media, you actually have to be over there. So I'm going to literally be doing live streams over there. So Twitch and YouTube is a little different. So YouTube, we can post videos and stuff. Twitch is really a straight live streaming platform. YouTube, we can do videos, we can do live streams. Twitch is a little bit different. And also, I don't know if people know this, but Twitch's monetization is very different than YouTube. So a little different, just a little different, a different platform. Yeah, their obsession is on another level with the witness. They call Black foreigners white because of the foreign accent. They kept calling me and my son white people in Nigeria. Really? She said Black and white is really a status. Oh, I ain't got to never go. I ain't got to never go. Yeah, the Asian men are really asking their women out. Yeah, like I said, I was looking at a video that O'Shea did, and he was basically saying that when the white men go over to Tanzania, Africa, that the white women are captivated with the. I'm like, what? What is really going on? So that was crazy to me. I was like, I didn't know that. That's crazy. Like I don't need to never go. Because I'm not that. I'm totally different. You think you is not going to be treating me crazy because you think I'm Black. Oh, hell to the no. Oh, no. I ain't going. I don't need to go. I'm good. All right, guys. So we've been on here for 2 hours and 32 minutes. Do y'all know when I get over on Twitch, I'm going to try to be over there for 8 hours. I am going to do it. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and subscribe. I put the link in the chat. I really enjoyed y'all. Make sure y'all go ahead and like the video, and I will see y'all in the next video.